Hey there guys, Darth Balls here. Bear with me 2 seconds, I'm just getting my camera set up. There we go, should do it. So I've got a review for you today. Let me just, I think that's a bit, there we go. So my review today is the X-Wing as I promised in my previous video. So what I'm going to do the vintage X-Wing and then review the modern X-Wing and the modern sort of sculpt of the X-Wing. Let me just start off firstly with the packaging for the vintage. So this is the original X-Wing. It's 1978 on a palitoy logo, so this is a UK release. And as you can see, you've got the classic Star Wars logo there. Then we've got the name tab for the X-Wing fighter there, and then this really cool vintage, really just like, yeah, just shout vintage sort of retro Star Wars at you. You know, it's not the best condition, this box, but it does display really well next to the rest of the ships. You know, it holds its shape well. So you know, just a really lovely piece. It's really happy to own that box. You know, but there we go. Just a quick look at that. I'll get onto the actual ship itself now. So here's the vintage X-Wing itself, and as you can see straight away, it's really small. So let me pull that down. I'll just give you a size difference. So that's about the exact height. So you can tell straight away that it's in no way near accurate scale to how big the ship is in the movies. You know, it's really too small, but nevertheless it doesn't detract from how cool this is. If you're a vintage lover, this is a must-have piece. You know, I absolutely adore this. It might not have all the real detail and, you know, all the like beautiful sculpting as the new one, but it's a stunning piece nevertheless. You know, it's such an awesome vintage piece. I mean, like, you know, getting this when you're a kid and being like amazed by it, you know, like the first thing you'll notice is obviously the opening wings. So what you basically do, you get the R2 unit in the top, you just pop that down and the wings open up. This one doesn't actually work, but what you're supposed to do is push that down, the wings lock up, and then to release that you basically just pull this catch and that'd release the wings. But you know, it's okay. I've just got it just to display sort of like that anyway. Got a working cockpit on this, and I'll show you. Pop my Luke figure in. Luke fits in there nicely, with if not too nicely actually. He's slid all the way down the bottom, but you can get him in there. So, and as you can see, yeah, looks pretty cool in there. This one is actually really yellowed with age, but the one thing I'm really happy about is it's still got all its decals. When it's a toy like this that's been played with absolutely loads and it's so old, you know, the decals tend to be ripped off or, you know, just really faded. But these ones are actually really nice, really colourful. This one's coming away a bit, but I can glue that back, so I'm not too fussed. But one of the weird things actually about this is obviously this is the first X-Wing they released. You know, this is 1978. So you'd think, well, it's Luke's X-Wing, you know, especially because it's got R2-D2, but for some reason, on the wing here, you've got the designation, so the Red Squadron designation of Luke is Red 5, but for some reason on this one, they've done Red 3, so, yeah. It's not a biggie, but I was just always confused by that. But there it is anyway, guys. This was produced through 1978, all the way through the run of all the Star Wars, all the Kenner stuff. They produced it, and then even in 1995 when they did the Power of the Force 2 stuff, they went back and used this exact same sculpt, and I think they used it all the way up until about, you know, 1999 2000. So they used it, you know, for a long time, this sculpt. So it's a classic. It's a really wicked sculpt. But that's that anyway. There's not much more to that, to be honest. I'm gonna get onto the I keep moving around here and trying to get them in because they're really big, but this is the new one. So I'm first off just going to give you a look at both of them side by side. So as you can see straight away, that is a major difference in size. The new one is absolutely giant. The actual guns on the side here are almost as big as the vintage X-Wing, so real size difference. And as before, let me just quickly, I'll show you these. So you've got the landing gear at the front, and on this new one you've got the two rear, just under the wings. Pop them out. So I'll just put Luke next to it to get a good idea of the size, and as you can see straight away it's much bigger, much more accurate size. It's not, I think the X-Wing, this one is, it's still a little bit too small, but not by much. This is good enough for me, you know, it's really, really big. So I'll show you like I did on the first one. As you can see, you've got this time around a little tab at the back, so all you do with that, pop that down, slide it across, and the wings open. Really, really nice. Much better idea, because it you know, it's the type of thing that won't degrade or just break over time. Although saying that, I still think the wings are really wobbly, so if kids are playing with these things, they will, I think, eventually get really weak and probably break. But you know, it can't be helped sometimes when it's an item this big with a feature like that. So, and all you got to do, just slide it back across and let go, and the wings go back down. This let me pop them back actually. This overall is just an epic piece. There's so much to this one. You've got the working cockpit again as the previous one. You can fit the figure in. It's a lot more snug this time. It goes in, but you really got to push him down if you want to put him in there with his helmet on, because it's a really snug fit, but he does fit in there nicely. It just looks really, really cool. I know with the new one that they've released, on the, I think it's the Trench Run one and the Vintage Collection one, you've actually got a sculpted control panel as opposed to just a sticker, and also a targeting computer comes out of the side just here. So it's, you know, it's a better cockpit on the newer one, but this is still really, really awesome. And obviously, like with all the new ships, you've got an actual compartment now where you can actually slide your R2 unit directly into the body of the X-Wing, which is an awesome, awesome feature. You know, we've had that for a long time now, but it never gets old. It's just so cool that you can get any one of your astromech droids and just pop him straight into your ship. Really, really cool. Try and get him out. But the overall sort of paint applications on this is superb. This particular version anyway is really, I love all the paint scoring, you know, the blaster scoring, you know, it's like, it's got all these scorch marks from where it's, you know, it's seen battle and stuff, and even the actual paintwork itself. So this time you've got the correct designation for Luke, you've got red 5, and even on all this paintwork it's all weathered, scratched up, you know, it's seen lots of action, seen loads of battles, and really, really cool. We've got this bit I really like. The paint apps aren't that, you know, grandiose. It is literally just a metallic-y grey, but it's really done well. You know, it's really, really detailed sculpt. And same colour on the back, just a really, really defined sort of intricate sculpt in there. So, you know, it's just crazy how far they've come with this type of stuff, really. You know, but yeah, that's it really. I mean, there's a couple of features as well on the new ones. You've got the compartment here on the newer one, and you've got a little hatch here so the landing gear can come out. But I know there's a few more been released since this one. I'm not too sure when this one was released or what it was on. I know that it says 2002 underneath, so I think this is about 2001 onwards till now they're using this much more accurate, larger scale sculpt with certain sort of subtle differences and more detailing and stuff like that on it. But I really do want to get the new Vintage Collection one. I want to get a couple of them, so I want to do a Yavin Hangar diorama, so that would be really, really cool. But it's a worthwhile piece anyway, guys, to pick up. It's just both of these, you know, for different reasons, really. If you're looking for complete nostalgia, you're a big vintage collector, this is a must-have. You know, it's a stunning, beautiful piece. Must have. And if you're looking for something to go perfect in a diorama or just display with your more modern, newer figures and more aesthetically pleasing, it is the new one. But let me just, yet again, another look at the two ships side by side, just to show you how far they've come, you know, in producing these toys. You know, the technology, you know, and the detailing that goes into creating these pieces over the years, you know, from 1978 all the way until now. It's crazy how far they've come. But there we go, guys. Anyway, that is my review. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've got to say, guys, I'm really back. I'm really chuffed to be back doing these reviews. I've really missed you guys, really missed the community, and really missed doing the videos. And I'm surprised because I've been getting loads of comments, loads of really good responses and stuff, and even a few new subscribers since I've got back on it. So thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate your support. You know, you really make everything doing this stuff worthwhile. So yeah, I've got a few more reviews coming up. I'm going to do what I'm planning on doing, because I've got, since my last videos and stuff, like I've got loads of vintage stuff and modern stuff. I'm going to sort of alternate, so do one vintage review, then one modern, and so on and so forth. So I've got a special video coming up for my next one. Really lovely pieces, so I really want to show you those, guys. So I'll be probably doing that more sort of end of the week time, I reckon. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and until next time, may the force be with you.